Alright folks, thanks for tuning in. So I told y'all I'd have an interesting couple warranty repair stories for you. Back when I worked at the Ford dealership as a service writer, had a gentleman bring in a 04 to 09 Mustang GT Coupe 5-speed. Nice enough little vehicle. Bought it secondhand from a used car lot. Bought an extended warranty with it, complaining about knocking in the motor or something like that. Wasn't a drivability issue, but engine's generally not happy when they start making knocking noises. So he gives me the extended warranty paperwork that he bought when he bought the car from this used car lot, and we go ahead and we start looking at this car, and it's got bottom end rod knock or something like that. It needs some serious work or just replacement. And most shops don't do engine rebuilds anymore. They just swap the whole engine out for a new or a used engine. So we get in touch with this gentleman's extended warranty, explain what's going on, document our findings and everything. They send us a remanufactured engine. Now, remanufactured engine is just you take a bad long block, and then you check all the used parts that you have, the used parts that are within factory specification for that engine. They get reused. The ones that are too badly worn or not in factory spec get thrown out and new parts get put in. You rehone the block. You do honing of the main caps and everything. You get everything honed back to factory spec. Put all your parts back in it. Call it good. Good enough. I know a lot of people have used remanufactured engines for years, no problems. Good thing, good thing, good thing. And they all come with warranties. Way more expensive, but a lot of peace of mind over buying a used junk engine out of a wreck or out of a junkyard car. So anyway, get this engine. The only issue we had is it was out of a slightly different year model car, or they had put a wrong sensor in it or something. The connectors that went from like the knock sensor or the oil level sensor to the wire harness weren't the same. So we ended up testing the old sensor on the old engine and it worked. So we backed that out, swapped them, put it back in. Everything was fine. Send the customer out the door. Oh, the one thing we did do, we did offer to do a clutch job for him because we already had the engine out, so it was only going to be half hour to an hour of labor to swap the clutch. He declined that work, but we go ahead and get this engine in for the customer, send it on down the road. About a month later, maybe, he comes back in with his car. I'm like, oh, that's weird, brand new engine, what's wrong? Complaining about oil consumption. Okay, well, we'll definitely take a look at this. I get in touch with his extended warranty. They say that's not on us, that's on the engine remanufacturer. That's fair. So we contact the engine remanufacturer and they say get his oil level on the full hash mark, completely full but not overfilled, ready to go. Have him come back in after X amount of miles, see how much it moved. This thing was on pace to burn like 2 quarts in 500 miles. It was way outside of any acceptable amount of oil consumption. It definitely had either a bad set of rings in it, bad valve seals, something was up. Okay, so I contact the engine remanufacturer, and they are going to live up to their word, and they're going to honor their warranty. So we end up putting a second remanufactured engine in this from the same manufacturer, and the customer's car's down. He did not have any sort of rental coverage on his extended warranty, so he's having to bum rides from whoever, which had to be very disappointing after he had just bought a car that was at max 7-8 years old with no miles on it for the year. And get this new engine dispatched out to us. We get the bad engine pulled out. What is this cat do? This guy's never driven an 18-wheeler in front of me. He literally took up an entire intersection and has the trailer going the wrong way down a 2-lane blacktop. He does not know what he's doing. That was interesting to watch. So anyway, get his brand new but oil burning engine pulled out. Get his new remanufactured engine put in. We actually tested it for oil consumption this time. We had a mechanic drive it home for the week and checked it, and it stayed rock solid at full, didn't go fluctuating around anywhere, so life was good for Mr. Customer. Sure wasn't good for that engine remanufacturer, because they had to eat a bad engine, which I'm sure they just tore down and remanufactured and found out why it was leaking, what happened if they got a part that wasn't installed correct or whatnot. I'm sure that they fixed it, but that's not something that that dealerships do much anymore, is tear down engines. So anyway, I just thought that was an interesting warranty story. I'm going to see if I can conjure up any more of these to think about and talk about. Y'all take care.